because all the phones are bugged, one of the things you can do is if you're annoyed, I'm assuming that there's people who are so sick, okay, that they make, okay, so I just made a video about how you can sicken someone with brain disorders and audio so that if they eat certain things, okay, they have to listen to music or it'll fuck them up if they don't. So what you can do if you're like a crazy asshole is you can what you can do is you can give someone information. Okay? By screwing with their phone so that there's some correlation with something that someone else said. Okay? Where they use some sort of concordance and they find out a secret. Right? Like in this case it was like using FAP roulette to like organize how to poison people. Like if somebody's never heard of it and you want to like screw with them in such a way where like everything is predetermined, is like you'll roll the dice and then that's the way you'll treat them because it's like this stupid Romani shit. Here's the thing. If you ever want to have a large group of people screw with someone, you have to do it in such a way that it's secret, right? They don't figure it out until it's too late and then they're poisoned, right? Because if you just poison someone, they'll figure it out and then they'll blame you for it. But if you want to poison someone and have a large group of people do it, then they won't figure out how they were killed. And then you can do it to someone else. And that's how you get power. It's a shitty way to do it, but it's one way. So one of the things is there's people going around with there's people going around and making people sick to audio. They can do this with audio, they can do it with visuals, they can do it with everything. Anyway, the audio version of this is you'll make someone so sick, okay, that they have to, that their head won't hurt if they eat certain things. On the other hand, if they hear audio, it'll disrupt their internal train of thought. To the extent that even hearing the audio of your own self speaking will then be easier than having an internal state of thought. Like Pink Floyd's Breathe is probably like this. I don't know what else. And I'm breathing. It also makes you susceptible to suggestion because it affects like language centers, and like if you have an internal state that relies on language, then you'll just saying shit or hearing shit will make you susceptible to like doing something that's correlated with that in some way. So I just found this thing about FAP roulette and that this guy was going to get a payoff for it. It's just a dick. It's a dick and his friends. Or what they'll do is they'll go order a sandwich from like some guy. Like they'll go order like sourdough bread from some place that's crooked. And then they'll get money for it. Because I found a secret, I didn't say anything, and then there's a payoff where what is essentially, okay, so this is what I believe it is. It's sourdough bread that they order from a bakery, okay, that then will make it so that the people who are sick with audio that have to wear earbuds, like by force because they're that fucked up, and then they're attached to their phones, it'll do something where like there'll be a payoff where those people will have that like turn to something else, so they're not gonna like be sickened and then like forced to go somewhere or be around me and then spread illness. I'm serious. Like once you have control over someone or a group of people who are sick like that, and they can spread it, and it's just audio, it's just like by a headset, and it just sounds so outrageously bad. Like how is that even possible? But like I say, I've had people like follow me around with like boom boxes on dolly carts, or like women, or had like people like do weird pantomime shit where I'm supposed to hang out with a black guy with a boombox at like 2 a.m. coming back from the hospital. So the payoff is, if you don't say anything and you keep a secret, that would be self-damaging to you, because now you know how people are being, how you yourself in the past were poisoned, and how other people will continue to be poisoned according to something which is technically free speech, except if there's a group of people who are like using porn to poison people, right? It's like, we found a concordance between these two things, we're gonna use it to poison someone. The tarot and some fucking fap roulette like website. If you do that, then I will buy sourdough bread and eat it. But I won't screw with the audio on my phone, which will then affect the people around you. Like, if people are so sick that they're listening to their phones, and this guy plays something about Rihanna on repeat for like several hours in like a 5-second clip, it'll drive people crazy or make them ill if they're like that sick to audio. And then otherwise he just goes and eats the sourdough bread. And part of this is like, once everybody's so sick with each other, it's designed to make you a collective in like this schizoaffective like knot. And it's like, I'm not going to do that. I mean, I've seen, like, I talked about this in another video, the video I just posted. They'll wait until I post something, and then I'll make it so that I have to, like, do it again. Because I go, oh, here's the other thing. But there was, like, this group of people who were, like, 200 people on UN Plaza, like, in a massive ball of people, all smoking fentanyl. And it's, like, again, like in the middle of the night. And so once you get everyone like worried about like what the other person is doing, because that affects people who are sick, because all of the phones are sick, or like everything that, right? And then it's like, okay, well, what do you do? Oh, let's throw away our phones and all electronics. Oh, okay, cool. So all the people you pissed off will now know that you don't have any way to record anything around you, and then all the time that you spent trying to figure out how you were being poisoned or fucked with will then be used as evidence that you're a terrible person. It's like, I came here to get a job and like a house and not to be bothered. And now it's like, oh, there's super science with sickness and audio craziness, and oh, by the way, like, either an AI controls the city and the city's cameras, or my phone is just messed up, but why is everyone on the street acting crazy? Like, they won't do anything at all that could be construed as bad in any way. So that means to me that either I'm being gaslit, or I have an inordinate amount of power to get people in trouble. Neither of which should be the case. Like, I should be able to say whatever the fuck I want, and then have people on the street behave in any way they want, so long as they don't physically attack me or, like, have me poisoned. Right? Like, it's like, I don't need to be, I shouldn't be the person, like, saying how you should build civil society from the ground up. But at the same time, like, you don't know how fucked up people are in the head from all the drugs. Or the cameras, or both. It's like the audio shit. It's like poisoning someone to audio. Right? So they have brain disease to audio. Well, you could poison someone to, like, they have brain disease to cameras and, like, visual stuff. So every time here's another one. This came up in my porn too. So every time I find something where I find out how I was drugged or fucked with, it'll say somebody connected the dots, which is like a 9/11 reference. And then I looked at porn, and this one was from somebody named AB Alex. And it was something about what was it? It was Princess something or other. It's like the Princess Day or something. It's the third of a series. And again, I know it's stupid and I jerk off to weird stupid shit, but I don't care. At this point, it's like I need to figure out what the fuck is going on. So in this one, she said, the thing said, she filled in she started to fill in the blanks. So people who are like messed up to like visual stuff will get that as a cue. And anyone who connects the dots, right? So anyone who's so polka dots is if someone is sick. Polka dots technically mean sickness in some cultures. It could also mean someone's dotty, like they're Alzheimer's-y. So if you connect the dots, then you're connecting a bunch of people together that all have Alzheimer's, that are like, that can then be in their own circle of sick, right? Because you've given them information for which they can protect their circle of sick from outside people. So it's sort of like stealing information that you can then use to gaslight other people to prevent other people from infiltrating your circle of sick. So that's going to keep happening until it's like everybody in San Francisco has to go around in pairs of 4. Or every time you go to a grocery store, all of those guys have a secret about how they can poison somebody, so that if some guy comes from the milk place and then one of those guys is sick in some way, all the guys at the milk place can poison the guys at the grocery store, can go poison the guys at the butcher shop, because they all have information about how they can poison each other to something stupid from the internet, from tarot cards, from pornography, from stupid correlations from the Bible. How's that working out? And no one's done anything about the shelter system where like 150 people have just disappeared. It's like, you figured it out. Why do you keep saying this information to everybody? It's like, well, what I say shouldn't matter. And if it does, then the system is so broken that it's like, okay, well, let's, give this guy over here information about how I can drug someone else over something stupid. And then half the shit in my porn is like, has changed to like, if you think you're a secret agent, then you're insane or something. I also found like there's a guy who worked on Chastity Permalock, which is another porn thing, who like has gone to 3D modeling. That's cool. Neat. I've also been drugged every time I beat off for like 3 years. Like I go beat off in the toilet at 1001 Polk Street because I'm a guy and I'm 38 and I don't do drugs, and I beat off like once every couple days since I was like 10. So they would just smoke drugs and meth around me after I would be given scabies and sent to the hospital where everyone would drug me on the way, and etc. So now I post this, and then it's like, it's like, I don't give a shit. Like, there's nothing about porn that, like, it's like, oh, I found another porn that, like, someone is, But anyway, it's sort of like St. Mary's Cathedral looks like a nipple. Porn is like a nipple. A bottle is like drinking. It could be the cups. It could be like begging from a cup. It could be like a bot L or a nip L, right? If you're dumb. So that's the phonetics one, right? So that's phonetics to the brain sickness to like music. Is you get brain sickness to music, but at the same time you get to see all these stupid phonetic things about how to poison people. So like, we're going to give somebody brain sickness to music, but at the same time, then we're going to teach him all of this stupid shit where like if he uses phonetics, he can figure out that like bot L means, or bottle means, we're gonna like use a robot to like fuck with people who are losers, and then like change the words on their fucking phone. I don't know. I assume that that's part of this thing where it's like a super secret thing, or like jokingly a super secret thing that's supposed to freak you out, which it does because you're fucking with my phone and like all of these forums. And at the same time, it's like, yeah, no, we're just giving you brain illness. So it's like, cool. And at the same time, I do believe that there are people who are so sick that they have to wear headphones all the time. Because if they don't, then if they haven't figured out like the way they were being poisoned or to stop it from happening, they'll just get so sick that they'll have to wear like earbuds and then have music constantly, or they'll die. Also, I was on the Embarcadero and somebody was wearing a t-shirt that says "No music, no life," and then a bunch of people with earbuds came around him. It's the same shit where it's like, I'm assuming that that was like a visual thing, and then if I bitch about that, then someone will gas me with drugs so that I get like problems with my vision again. So it's a bunch of people who want to like deafen and blind people. It's like, how's that working out? And that's like, I think it's like a Bible quote. But you know, it's like I don't want any teeth, and that doesn't mean I want someone to like break all the teeth out of my mouth. But I don't want any ability to like poison people so I can exist. I don't want to live in that kind of society. Just I have no interest. And if I find it, it's just like, oh well, I found this terrible thing that I should tell everybody about, so that somebody could fix it. And if you don't fix it and you just set up a way of poisoning each other again, it's like, oh well, damn, I wish someone would fix it. Okay.